done, and like the bell sounds for the next round. And I think that's really the idea that Miles Jackson is going for.
Yeah, because he also kept saying if you fail, it's a knockout.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah, so yeah, there's definitely a boxing metaphor going on there. But,
I wish it would have ended with the two of them boxing.
So the helicopter 4 face punches from John Cena, I think I would be punching faster than that if my girlfriend was flying a helicopter with a bomb on it. He seemed to like punch, look, stare, wait, think, wait a beat, punch, wait, stare. Like it didn't seem to have a visceralness to him that I would have.
Maybe punching on a out of control helicopter is difficult.
Also, I think just moving John Cena's arm would be difficult.
He's tired though. I hadn't seen him drink any water all day. He hasn't really eaten anything. He has a lot of muscle, so his lactic acid's building up.
Right.
He's got to be quite. I mean, Phil, like I'm sure Adam, you wrestled, and then Phil, you've trained MMA. Like we've done all that. The first time you've ever done
We're tough.
Well, I'm just saying the first time that you've ever gone a round full of either like a one round of wrestling full on, right, or one round of boxing full on, and if you've never done it before and you hit it, you're going to be barfing by the end of that one round. You're going to punch yourself out, or when you're wrestling, you're just going to get head and armed and fireman carry and taken out like in the second round. So it's
absolutely
this guy. He had been going for 12 rounds all day. He's tired. I think he had just had a bunch of beers. He's still worried about the house and the sink and the carpenter and the plumber. Nothing's in him. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's just throwing tired Cena punches because of that and dehydration.
Could be.
Dwayne Johnson would never have that.
No, Dwayne Johnson just keeps going.
Dwayne.
I gotta do the hydration chart of action heroes.
Ooh, I'd like that. Is Aquaman going to be on there? Jason Momoa?
I mean, he drinks a lot. Gallons.
He's got to.
But he's got that I want to stick with humans because he has that superhero. I don't know what's going on in there. I don't know how it processes the alcohol. Because Steve Rogers can't even get drunk. So it must be just pulverizing those, whatever's in there really quick. So I'm more thinking just like the hydration chart of John McClane and Speed. Like, how dehydrated would these characters be?
Very. I'm saying very dehydrated. All of them.
We got to start this.
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
Mark, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Before we get too close to the end here. 12 rounds. John Cena went the distance, correct? He went all 12 rounds.
Yes.
If it's not the John Cena character, if it's Casey Ryback,
30 seconds.
Movie, how many rounds happen?
Well, it wouldn't. In the beginning of the film, he would have caught Jackson, and this sounds bad, but he would have thrown a knife into the lady's leg, and she falls, and then the car doesn't hit her. So it's bad.
Saved her life.
Yeah, so it's bad. You kind of tore up. So you hit the meaty part of the calf. She'll be fine. Stitches. Out of the hospital. Still surly, right? Kind of annoyed. But Jackson's not filled with hate. Later on, she's like, he threw a knife at me, but I would have ran into that truck. So, I mean, it was for the better. And then if he escapes, Ryback would have known about it immediately while baking pies one morning, because he reads the paper. So he would have read about this, he would have known, and then he just would have been ready for it. He would have given Jackson 12 rounds.
Right.
He would have kidnapped Jackson's family and then made him do that.
He would have flipped the script and been helping his neighbor with his neighbor's leaky faucet.
Yeah, 0% chance that a faucet in Steven Seagal's home is leaky.
Ever. Doesn't have the guts to get leaky.
Where's my pies?
Exactly.
What are the odds, Phil, that Steven Seagal would have a leaky faucet in one of his homes in a movie in the 1990s?
I think 0%, but I gotta say though, I do wonder if he would struggle with the neighborhood run. Again, we were really praising Cena for his cardio, the entire time. I don't know, man. Steven Seagal, I'm not sure that he's known for the cardio.
Yeah, and this is maybe in the late 80s, but not in the mid 90s. Not Glimmerman Seagal.
No, that's when he was more about like, I'll stand still and action will happen around me.
He'll just throw a knife and it'll hit Jackson 2 miles away because he just sensed the wind gust that was coming.
While he's texting the president on his flip phone.
Wait, he throws it into a helicopter blade and then that hits the knife 2 miles into Jackson. Imagine that.
It's incredible.
All right, so
incredible.
All right, Phil, you've been the most eloquent about this film tonight, and it's been lovely. So give us your final thoughts about this movie before we get out of here.
You know what? I would recommend this film to anyone that's listening that hasn't seen it. Go, and even though now I'm telling you how great it is and how much you're going to enjoy it, lower your expectations before you go in, and you'll have a great time.
Absolutely, Adam.
Again, I'm going to say definitely it's a watch. You go in, and I don't want to be reductive, but it's a movie starring wrestlers made by a wrestling company, so it's going to be just action packed with like some soap opera drama, and that's what you get. And you walk in there and you have a good time doing it. So this is fun all day long. I
feel like I've been on a 12 rounds up and down boxing match myself, because I'm up on it, I'm down on it, I'm up on it. But like you said, keep expectations low. Realize that this is a WWE product with John Cena in his second movie. The budget was only $20 million, and they brought in just a hired pro to do the best he could with the budget he had. And I think that's 12 rounds. So, yeah, I mean, it's hard to hate on because I think it tries really hard. And the stunts, just everything's analog in it. And I complain so much about green screens, blue screens, and they can be used expertly. But this is one of those cool analog action movies that I wish there were more of. And I mean, there's really $20 million action movies don't get released in theaters anymore, do they?
No, not at all. If a summer tentpole movie doesn't make close to $1 billion, it's a failure.
Yeah, Man of Steel made $580 million or $720 million, and they're like, yeah, I don't know, we got to bring in Batman for the next one.
Wow. Right.
And I'm just thinking, what? Wait, that was bonkers.
All I want is Phil to launder my $200 million.
That'll be our next episode.
I don't think it's asking that much.
I mean, you're gonna have to eat out a lot, buy groceries with cash.
Yeah.
You can't buy any gaudy cars, so can't be any skylines in your front yard, because people will know where that excess cash is coming from. Go on vacation, spend all cash, buy very expensive cupcakes.
Probably have a nice bunker of some kind in your backyard. Like you're burying most of it in the backyard, I would assume, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never buy anything over $5,000. If Say Anything has taught me how to keep my spending off the chart.
Oh, classic movie. Well, I mean, go to Vegas and you could lose $1 million, but you could also plausibly, and no one would know about it. But if you won $70,000, you could put that as your income, and then you could spend a little bit of that, and then people would think, oh, he won $70,000 in Vegas, like he can spend that.
Right. That's the answer.
Can you do that, Phil?
Vegas is the answer.
I think that's it. Yeah, it's just your answer for the next 25 years, right? Every time you're pulling out wads of cash, just like, oh, that $70,000 that time that I won in Vegas.
But could you go there every year and lose $1 million, but then win 100 G's and then claim that? But then you don't have to tell people about all the money you lost?
Sure, I think so. From my limited knowledge on on being a millionaire, I think that would work.
This is a pretty good idea.
Okay.
All right, we sold it.
I think this confirms that if any of the three of us ever came across $200 million in illicit funds, that we would be caught pretty much immediately.
Instantaneously.
It wasn't me.
Because I'm going to buy a wrestling ring and put it in my backyard. First thing. Yeah. First purchase.
Oh man, you're gonna have. Is that we missed this recording, but that's going to be the GTASA Federation started right there.
I want to say my favorite fact. And then we can bring this to an end. But I want to say with our whole money laundering thing, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird, the guys who created the Ninja Turtles, when they got their first check for the action figures that were selling out, it was like $1.5 million, whatever. Like it was a life-changing check. And their financial advisor told them to put that money in the bank. More was coming, but put that in the bank. Let it be the principal. Never touch it. Like good. Phil, would you say it's good, sound financial advice?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Right. So
how many Lamborghinis did they buy?
Well, no. So one guy put that money in the bank and said, like, I'll spend some money off the next check that comes in. But the other guy bought a tank. He bought a tank so he could bring it to the paintball arena and play paintball in a tank.
Oh man.
And I'm scared that's the decisions that I would make.
I mean, they got to still be making money off that, right? I mean, that's still a cash cow in their names, unless they sold it off.
They sold all the rights. They are not hurting for money, that's for sure.
Wait.
But you didn't know that in 1987 that Ninja Turtles was going to be what it is now.
Yeah.
All you knew at the time was I have a check for $1.5 million for this cartoon that I drew. I could be set for life, or I could buy a tank.
I'd be set for life.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Wait, who's the guy in 12 rounds? Dean Ambrose is in 12 rounds 3?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm actually very excited and curious about that one.
Lachlan Monroe's in it.
I'm a big John Moxley, Dean Ambrose fan.
Where's he at nowadays?
He's in AEW, killing it over there, just killing it.
Is AEW gonna last?
Oh, I think it's gonna surpass WWE in the next 5 years.
Whoa, Phil.
That's bold. The thing that Adam and I have always said about AEW is it has a very much a WCW vibe from back in the day of the Monday Night Wars. So they're doing a lot of awesome things. I'm not sure I'm as bullish as Adam on whether they're going to last or not, or whether they're ever going to surpass WWE. But certainly it's worth tuning in and checking it out. It's an awesome show.
I mean, I got my money on the GTA SA.
Well, we'll get there.
We're coming for all of them.
Let it ride.
So actually, I have a buddy who I met through like local wrestling, and then through music and stuff, and then actually through toy collecting as well. And then a few weeks ago, he made his debut on AEW, so that's very exciting.
Oh, that's
so I
cool.
I kind of have like an in right now.
AEW in?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, we got to get out of here, but since you are the host of the Go Figure, or the co-host of the Go Figure YouTube show, blowing up all over the place, follow it on Instagram. You're going to love it. Toy line for 12 rounds. What would be the collector's item? So we don't have to talk about all the characters, but when you go to the store, there's a bunch of different things on the shelf that are left, but there's one 12 rounds article that's always sold out. What is it?
You can never get the trolley explosion playset. So it comes with a track, like a section of track, and it comes with a trolley that you can make explode by pushing a button on the back. So you can put your action figures on it. You can put your action figures on the tracks. You can put toy cars in front of it, whatever it is. You can play with on it, or you can have it explode and blow everything up. But it is so hard to get. It is in demand, and the exploding trolley playset from 12 rounds is the Christmas toy of the year.
Oh, I love it. I was very happy with my Danny that came with the little pug.
Oh, yeah.
And I like my Jackson with the SIM cards.
Yeah, the pug is actually, it's hollow, and when you squeeze it, it can squirt water.
Whoa. I haven't opened it. I'm just looking at it right now. I bought it in 08. I had to wrestle somebody for it.
All right. Wrestle somebody for the John Cena figure. That's my favorite thing.
All right, well, thank y'all, everybody. Thank you, Phil and Adam, for joining me. This was a lot of fun.
This is the best.
All right, so for me, Mark. Sorry, Phil, I just cut you off, man. Thank you for joining me.
Good, dude.
Hey, we're doing Never Back Down. All right, we're 100% talking about Cam Jigga as the bad guy in that movie. Yeah, because he's a mean villain, dude. You got Jaimin Hunsu in there. That's a good picture.
Some decent MMA in there too.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've been wanting to talk about that for a long time, and no one's ever wanted to talk about it with me. So this is good. So I look forward to that. All right, so for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, and for Adam Hodgins, and for Phil Briggs, this is Movies, Films, and Flicks. We'll see you next week.